Oh, hi everybody. This is Darren. We are about to start. We're made that just a couple of minutes early. Um, so first of all, I would say, whilst we'll wait 1 or 2 minutes for the last few people to join, I would say do make sure you've got something to take some notes, maybe a pad or a pen, or maybe you're going to record some notes on your iPad or something. I'm going to give you some really great strategies, full strategies, which you'll be able to use straight away. So yeah, do take some notes. And also I'd say try and make sure you don't have any distractions. Maybe go somewhere quiet, shut the door, tell everybody that you're going to be busy for a while, because you're really going to want to focus on this. I'm going to give you some great stuff. You won't want to miss anything. So yeah, try and get somewhere where you can get a bit of peace and quiet to be able to concentrate on this. And I can see, wow, okay, a lot more people joining as we're almost 10 past there. And joining this training today, I would say, again, great decision, because right now is probably the best time ever to be learning this topic, because of all the things that are happening at the moment in the world. It really is an incredible time to be learning investing. And through this talk today, I'm going to be teaching you some strategies specifically that will work really well right now, and explaining why it's such a great opportunity at the moment. It really is a once in a lifetime chance to learn this and really benefit from it. So let's just have a look. I can see a lot more people joining as we're coming up to 10 past there. Where's everybody from? Just in the questions box, type in. Let me know where are you from. I think we've got people from all over the place joining today. So let's have a look. I'm seeing California, London, Bath, North Yorkshire, Exeter, High Wycombe, Croydon, East Yorkshire, Germany, Surrey, Maidstone, Hampshire, South Africa. Wow, okay. Kent, Southampton, Manchester. Wow, it looks like we've got people from all over the country and also from all over the world as well, which is fantastic. By the way, the strategies that you're going to be learning today, doesn't matter what country you live in, they work from anywhere. I've got clients all around the world using these strategies. So, and Harrow, Kent, Poole, yeah, and Birmingham. Okay, excellent. So I make that a couple. It's just gone kind of 11 past. I see still a lot more people joining the webinar in this last minute or so. So let's just, for the people who've just joined, I'll just say hi, I'm Darren. I'm going to be teaching the session today. And I know quite a few of you heard about this training through Adam, a friend of mine. I was speaking with Adam last week, and he said, look, you're the best person I know on this topic. I'd love it if you do a training session for my clients, my people. So I was happy to do that. And I know we've got people who are from all over the place, not just from Adam. So congratulations for getting your place today and joining us. And okay, so I'm saying sorry you're a bit late. It's okay. We're just about to start. We're going to start in 1 minute's time, I reckon. There's a few more people arriving. For those of you who just joined us, let me know where you're from. Just seeing from where around the country and around the world everybody's joining us today. And okay, so I can see Morocco. Wow, okay. And Shropshire, Dubai, London again, Berkshire, Southampton, Swansea. Yeah, so a lot of people joining. Okay, wow, more and more people. So hopefully we might hit our webinar limit on this one. So good job you got your place, because I think that there might be some people locked out soon. Numbers going up rapidly there. Stratford, Chepstow, Swansea, again London. Quite a few people from London. I'm in London as well at the moment. Okay, so I think let's begin. I can see there's still lots more people joining, but it's time. We should start. So for those of you who've kind of just joined in the last minute or so, again, I'll just say hi, I'm Darren, going to be teaching the training session. And this This training session is about how to make money from home in a way that takes very little time and that anybody could do. Doesn't matter on your experience, doesn't matter on your background, anybody can do this. And if you're a bit unsure about this topic or you know nothing about the topic, that's absolutely fine. I'm going to explain things a very clear, simple way. And I should, one check I didn't do, if you could just let me know, if you could type an S into the window, letter S, if you can see my screen. You should see a green background and me when I used to have short hair up there. Yeah. Okay, excellent. Thank you. Loads of people said yes, they could see the screen as well. Okay, so in this training session today, I'm going to give you some of the best trading and investing strategies in the world. And I'm going to give you full, complete strategies exactly how to do this. And even if you're a complete beginner, I'm going to give you strategies you'll be able to use straight away. Now, I thought to start off with, it would be a good idea to show you what's possible once you get good at this. And I'm sure, like quite a few of you all around the world, recently we've been on house lockdown due to this coronavirus. And my wife's been at home. She's been doing a bit of gardening. She's been spending some time with the kids. She's also been doing about 30 minutes trading every other day. Now, my wife hates anything very technical, so I taught her a couple of very simple but very profitable strategies. And I thought I'd show you her results for the first 4 weeks during lockdown. What I did is I actually took a photo of her trading screen. So this is my wife's results, first 4 weeks of lockdown, trading about 30 minutes every other day. I'll switch my camera off a second so I can see the full screen as well. So here we go, if you can see it there. So that was my wife's results, first 4 weeks, £95,000 profit. That was doing about 30 minutes trading every other day. So she was averaging about £3,000 profit a day. In this training today, I'm going to teach you some of the exact same strategies that she was using to do that. So you're going to get a lot of great stuff today in this training session, a lot of great content. Now, I'm sure a lot of you already know, due to this corona crisis, stock markets around the world did a big crash down and they've now bounced back up a long way. And what happens is about every 10 to 12 years, there is a big stock market crash. And whether this was due to corona or something else, this stock market crash is well overdue. And as terrible as this whole corona situation is, and I really do hope you and your family have been keeping safe and well, is at times like this, when there's a crisis, when there's kind of chaos around the world, that you need to keep a calm head, you need to think sensibly to protect yourself health-wise, but also to protect yourself financially. And right now is probably the biggest opportunity ever to make money in the stock market and the Forex markets. And I believe in every bad situation, there is an opportunity. And right now is probably the biggest opportunity in our lifetime to make money in the stock market and the Forex markets. So your timing to be on this training today is fantastic. And I'm going to make sure I give you some of the best strategies in this training session today. Now, throughout the training, I will ask you a few questions. And what I would say is, please do write the answers into the questions window, because that way I know you can still hear me and I know you're following along. So I'd say do be interactive, type your answer into the question window, and then I know you're still there, you're still understanding. So there are two main ways to make money. The first way is what people who are not investing do. How do people who are not investing make money? They work. They have a job or they own their own business. And what are they doing? They're exchanging their time for money. And when they get the money, what do? They spend it on their lifestyle. They pay the rent or the mortgage, the food, the bills. Hopefully at the end of the month, they've got a bit left over to enjoy their lifestyle. Now, what's the problem with that situation? What happens to the money? It runs out. They've then got to sacrifice their lifestyle to spend more time earning more money to pay for their lifestyle. The money runs out. They've got to spend more time earning more money to pay for their lifestyle. That is what we call the financial trap, where you've got to constantly exchange your time for money. Now, maybe you're currently in that situation. Perhaps you have a job or you own your own business and you have to keep on working just to support your lifestyle. And it might be the case that even though you're working really hard, you still can't afford to buy the house that you're on to live in. or go on the holiday you want to go on, or drive the car you want to drive. Or maybe you've just got the stress of trying to pay the bills at the end of the month. That's one situation. The other situation is perhaps you make a lot of money, but you don't have much time. I mean, you get time off, you're too tired to really enjoy it. Whether you have a job or you own your own business, if you want true financial security, true financial freedom, you need to have a second stream of income where your money is working for you. So it's not taking up more of your time to earn money. And how do we get our money to work for us? By investing. So you've got to learn this stuff. And what you do is you start wherever you are now, and you build up this investment until it's big enough that's earning you enough money to pay for your lifestyle. You then have all the time you want. You decide whether you work or not. That's what this training session today is going to be about. I'm going to be giving you exact strategies to get you onto this path, so you can choose whether you work or not. Now, and what I would say is, learn this for yourself, but also if you have children or grandchildren or relatives of your children, learn this so you can teach your kids, so they don't have to fall into this financial trap, so they don't have to spend their whole life working for someone else. I started teaching my kids this stuff as soon as they could understand even the basics. My daughter is now 15, my son is 18. They're really good investors because I started teaching them whilst they were young. I took a photo of them sitting trading together. I thought it'd make a nice picture. I managed to get one photo before they realized I was taking pictures. Then they started messing around and pulling all kinds of faces. But if you teach this to your kids whilst they're young, they will get really good at it. And I actually think it's so important that we teach kids how to do this. I now run what I call Children's Wealth Days, and it's an investment training course just for children. And I teach it completely free of charge, completely free for children to come on that course, because I just think it's so important that we teach kids how to do this. The last Children's Wealth Day that I taught the kids for about 3 hours. I taught them a couple of very simple but very profitable strategies. We then had a live trading competition, £10,000 demo accounts, but real prices, real markets. The winner of that competition in 2 hours made over £1,000 profit. Second place, £800 profit. Third place, £700 profit. That was 10, 11-year-old kids in a couple of hours. Yeah, anyone can learn this if you learn the right strategies. Anyone can do this. Now, why else is it great to learn trading and investing in the stock market and the Forex markets? And by the way, for beginners, Forex just means trading currencies. So this is trading the pound, the euro, the dollar. Why else is it great to learn this? Well, first of all, even complete beginners can do very well at investing if you're given a proven strategy that works and you follow the steps. Even a complete beginner can do very well if they're given the right strategies. You can start small. How much money do you need to start investing? £250, €250. That's all you need to get started. It takes very little time. Some of the best strategies that I use and I teach take just 1 hour a week to invest. And that can be in the evening or the weekend. So if you've got a full-time job or a business, very easy to run this alongside. And you can make money in any markets. When the markets go up, you can make money. When the markets come down, you can make even more money. And when the markets go sideways, you can make money. And I said at the beginning, right now is probably the best opportunity in our lifetime to make money from the stock market and the Forex markets. Because at the moment, there's lots of big moves in the markets up and down. And that's an incredible time to be making money from the markets if you know the right strategies. And in the training today, I'm going to teach you some really great strategies that you'll be able to use. So, and of course, this is tax-free. If you do this through a self-select ISA or a spread betting account, 100% of your profits are tax-free. So if you make perhaps £50,000 profit, you keep it all, zero tax to pay. Pretty nice, yeah? There aren't many things in the UK where you pay zero tax, and anyone can do this. You don't need to be good at maths. You don't need to be good at computers. You just learn a strategy, get good at it, repeat it. And of course, you don't need to find customers. You don't need to find products. You don't need to build up a client list. You just learn a strategy, get good at it, repeat it. And you can trade from home or anywhere in the world. I like to go on lots of holidays. I usually spend about 7 months a year on holiday. Might be a bit different this year with the whole Corona situation, but I normally spend about 3 or 4 months in the winter skiing, snowboarding, and then I spend about 3 months in the summer going to a nice beach somewhere. All I need to do is find an hour a week, an internet connection. I can do this from anywhere in the world. So whether I'm on safari with my family in Kenya, heli snowboarding in Japan, I've just got to find an hour a week, internet connection, can do this from anywhere. So how would you get good at investing? First of all, did you know? Did you know 95% of traders and investors lose money? Did you know that? 95% of traders and investors lose money. When I heard that statistic, I got excited because I thought to myself, where's that huge amount of money going to? And where is that huge amount of money going to? It's going to the 5% who know what they're doing. I thought if I can just get into that 5%, that's a huge amount of money coming my way. And it's actually a lot easier than you might think once you know the correct strategies. Now, what's the average investor approach to investing? Average investor, what do? They read a couple of books on investing, maybe. They go online, they try and learn a little bit, maybe. And then what does the average investor do? They take out a big chunk of their life savings, they put it in the stock market, put it in the forex markets, they cross their fingers. And what normally happens? They normally lose a lot of money pretty fast. When I first started out, I tried the average investor's approach and I lost a lot of money pretty fast. So I thought I'd better get good at this stuff. And I decided that I wanted to become an outstanding investor. One of the first things I did is I read almost 300 books on trading and investing. On the stock market, forex, commodities, indices, options, I read all the books. I then attended over 30 investment training courses all around the world. And at the time, I didn't have much money. I was borrowing money to go on a lot of these training courses. I paid for a lot of these training courses with my credit cards. And I thought, well, this is an investment in my future. This will pay back to me many times. I then tracked down some of the greatest living investors in the world, and I got them to mentor me one-to-one. And I got to learn one-to-one from literally the best traders in the world. I learned one-to-one from the guy who won the World Trading Championships. He started with $10,000. Within 12 months, he turned it to 1.1 million real money. I spent the day with him, just the two of us, while he showed me how he did that. I learned one-to-one from a guy who made over £1 million profit from trading in 30 seconds, Louis Borsellino. I spent the afternoon with him, just the two of us, while he showed me how he did that. I'd always wanted to learn about Bollinger Bands, quite a well-known investment indicator. Who did I learn about Bollinger Bands from? John Bollinger, the guy who invented the indicator. Just the two of us sitting on the sofa together while he taught me how to use that. That was pretty incredible. I then came back to the UK. I live in London, applied everything I'd learned. Within a few years, I was a multi-millionaire. In this training today, I'm going to teach you some of the best stuff that I learned through that process. So as I said, hopefully you've got a pad and a pen to take some notes. I'm going to teach you some incredible strategies today. So let's have a look at this. Oh, first of all, if you're interested, here's a few more of the people I learned from. That's me with Rob Hoffman. He won the World Trading Championships 3 times. I spent the afternoon learning his strategies. That's Louis Borsellino. He's the guy who made over £1 million profit in 30 seconds. I spent the afternoon with him, just the two of us, while he showed me how he did that. That's John Bollinger, guy who invented Bollinger Bands. That's Larry Williams. He's the guy who went from 10,000 to 1.1 million in 12 months. I spent the day with him, just the two of us, while he showed me how he did that. And I also wanted to learn from anyone who become extremely wealthy, however they'd done it. And I'd find some of the wealthiest, most successful people in the world, and I'd learn from them. Actually, out of interest, in the questions box, type a yes if you've read the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. Type a yes into the questions box if you've read it. Let's have a look. Okay, wow, lots of yeses there. Yes. Wow. Okay, I learned Robert's strategies from him personally. Spent some time with Robert learning his strategies. I spent some time one-to-one with Richard Branson learning his strategies. Richard Branson, multi-billionaire, one of the richest people in Britain. So I learned from some pretty incredible people. I then applied everything I'd learned, and as I said, over the next few years, made many millions of pounds. In today's training, I'm going to teach you some of the best stuff that I learned through that whole process, and it's going to be an incredible session. So let's have a look. Oh, first of all, the most important question is, well, how would you get good at investing? The first part is to learn some proven strategies that work. And that's what we're going to do today. I'm going to give you some proven strategies that work. Jot these down. You'll better use them straight away. Now, if you want to get really good at investing, that's the hard part. Because one of the best ways to get really good really fast is find someone who's a very, very good trader investor and get them to mentor you one-to-one. And that's what I did. I went off around the world. I found some of the world's top traders, top investors, and I got them to mentor me one-to-one. And that probably is the best way to get really good really fast. But I say that's the hard part to do because if someone is a very, very good trader and investor, chances are they either charge a heck of a lot of money for one-to-one mentoring or they just don't offer it at all. So that is pretty hard to do. And before you ask, I do occasionally do one-to-one mentoring, but it's not cheap. I currently charge £30,000 for a single one-to-one mentoring session. And you might think, well, how could I justify charging that amount? Because I know that what I teach the person, they can use to make far, far more than that. And a bit later on in my talk, I'll let you hear from a few of my students. You'll hear the kind of incredible things they've been able to do using these strategies. But I can tell you right now, many, many, many of my students have gone on to make tens of thousands of pounds, hundreds of thousands of pounds, million plus pounds, multi-million pounds. Some of my students have become so successful, they're now semi-famous in their own right. You may have even heard of some of these people. For example, Marcus de Maria, investment multimillionaire, one of my students. Greg Secker, investment multimillionaire, one of my students. So let's have a look. What are we going to cover today? In today's training, this is what I'm going to give you. I'm going to give you the smart way to invest. It's a system that I came up with after being mentored by some of the world's top investors. I'm going to give you a sector investing strategy. Very profitable, very reliable. Most investors have no idea about it. I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. I'm going to show you how to correct the main investment mistakes. I'm going to give you a simple, high profit, low risk strategy. Really great one for beginners, and I'll show you exactly how to do that today. I'm also going to show you how to protect your capital. And what I would say is, if you have any questions, if you can save them until the end, and then that way I can check we get time to cover all the strategies. And for the people who joined us a little bit late today, I should say in this training today, I am going to give you proven strategies that work. I'm literally going to share with you some of the best investment techniques in the world in this talk today. So you get a lot of value from this session. To save building up the suspense until the end, I'm going to tell you now, after today's training, if you want to learn more, you can. We have an online Forex and stock market masterclass training course. It's 100% online, so it's perfect for learning from home. And it's over 16 hours of videos of me personally teaching the very best strategies, very best techniques that I learned from the world trading champions. It's basically my life work. I spent over 20 years finding the very best strategies, very best techniques. I worked out that I spent over £100,000 of my money learning all of this stuff. In that online training program, you get everything. You get all the best stuff that I've ever learned. And I teach this in a very clear, simple way so that even complete beginners will understand. And I'm actually very proud of that online training. I truly believe that it's the best online investment training program in the world. And you'll be learning the same techniques and strategies that I used to become a multimillionaire. And I've taught thousands of other people how to invest successfully. And it's actually the most popular investment training course in Europe. Over 10,000 people have completed our course. And it's been the most popular for over 15 years. It actually won Best Investment Training Course for 3 years in a row. And as well as the online training program, you also get an online one-to-one session with one of my team. And also after each lesson, you get a live questions and answer session with me personally. So you can ask your individual questions in these live question and answer sessions with me personally. Really effective way to master this. If you're interested, the online training with the online one-to-one session, the live Q&A sessions with me, the investment for that, £4,997 with no offers and no discounts. It's not the cheapest course, but it's the best. And sometimes I'm asked, well, Darren, why do you run a training company? It takes very little of my time. I think investing is a really valuable skill that people need to know, and it's another stream of income. So it makes a lot of sense. So let me give you this first strategy. First strategy we're going to cover is called a sector strategy. Very profitable, very reliable. Hardly any investors know this. I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. So, before I give you that strategy, I should just say we've got people on the training today from all over the world. And in this presentation, I'm going to be giving different examples. Some will be in British pounds, some will be in dollars, some will be in euros. So I thought I'd do the quick exchange rate for everybody. I'll switch the camera back on for a second just to say hello to the late arrivers. So hi, it's Darren. I'm here, I'm live. I'm just switching my camera off so you can focus on the slides. But what we're going to do is, as I said, I'll give examples in lots of different currencies. So a pound is almost the same as a euro, which is almost the same as a dollar. Not exactly, but they're pretty similar at the moment. Pound, euro, dollar, they're all fairly similar. So when I give examples, you can see they're all almost the same. And I would say wherever you are in the world, you can use these strategies. I've got clients all over the world, works equally well, whatever country you live in. So enjoy the session wherever you are. You're going to get some great strategies. So I'm going to switch the camera back off so we can focus on the slides. Some great stuff coming. So let's do this first strategy. What influences your share price? Well, certainly what happens to the whole economy will affect your share price. Oh, by the way, when I talk about a share price, stock and share means the same thing. A stock or a share is the same thing. So stock price, share price means the same thing. So what influences your share price? What happens to the whole economy will affect your share price. What happens to the market will affect your share price. What happens to the sector will affect your share price. Now, anybody give me an example of a sector? If you type into the question window, an example of a sector, anybody? Let's have a look. So I can see technology, retail, technology, transportation, banking, technology, health. Okay, cool. Yeah, there's lots of sectors. So a sector is basically a big group of similar companies. And then, so we could have the technology sector, healthcare sector, transportation sector. Within the sector, we have the smaller bits, which we call industries. So if you've got the great big technology sector, within it, you could have the computer software industry, computer hardware industry, and then you've got the company itself. The question is, how much influence does the market sector industry have over what happens to your company's stock price? And the answer is a lot. About 80% of what happens to your company's share price is dependent on what happens to the market sector industry that's in. So what I'm going to do is I'm now going to give you a strategy that uses this principle to generate some pretty incredible returns. So economic cycle, two main stages, boom and, tell me in the chat window, what is it? Boom and, in the questions window, boom and, yeah, boom and bust, yeah, or sometimes it's called expansion contraction, which is just a fancy word for the same thing. It's useful to break this down to 5 stages. We break the boom stage into 3 bits: early expansion, middle expansion, late expansion. Break the bust bit into 2 bits: early contraction, late contraction. Now, how can we use this to make a lot of money investing? This is how. Certain types of company tend to do very well at certain stages in the economy. For example, technology companies tend to do very well just here at early expansion. Healthcare companies, they tend to do very well just here at early contraction. So if we know what stage we're coming into, we can buy the right types of companies that are supposed to do well at that stage. So actually, let me just check everyone's following along so far. This is going to be the interactive part of my talk. So I expect to hear an answer from everybody in the question window. If we were just coming into early expansion, type in what types of companies should we be buying? Just coming into early expansion, what types of companies should we be buying? Yeah, I'm seeing technology, Apple, Facebook, Amazon, technology. Yeah, okay, excellent, you got it. Now, what about if we were just coming into early contraction? What types of companies do we want to buy now? Type into the questions window. What type of companies we want to buy? Yeah, I'm seeing healthcare, pharmaceuticals, health, and a few companies there as well. Yeah, excellent. Okay, good. You've got it. So we know if we're coming into a new stage, we're going to buy the right types of company. So what I'm going to do is, before I give you the strategy, I'm going to tell you which companies do well at each of these stages. So at each of the 5 stages, which types of companies should I invest in? At early expansion, the types of company that tend to do very well are capital goods, technology, and transportation. In middle expansion, capital goods still tend to do very well. At middle expansion, energy shares, energy companies, basic materials, and consumer staple. Anybody give me an example of consumer staple? Type your answer, consumer staple, in the question window. Anybody know consumer staple? I'm seeing, yep, someone saying food, loo rolls, someone said food, Tesco, retail, wheat. Yeah, so consumer staple is things that we use all the time. So it's things like food, cosmetics, healthcare, alcohol, tobacco, they're all consumer staple. And then early contraction, consumer staple do very well, and utilities. Anyone give me an example of utilities in the question window? Type in any examples of utilities. Yeah, so I'm seeing gas, electric, water. Yeah, absolutely. And then, so consumer utilities, services we use in the home. And then late contraction, financials, consumer cyclical do very well. Now, so we know if we're coming into a new stage, we're going to buy the right types of companies that are supposed to do well at that stage. So the all-important question is, there's 2 all-important questions. One is, where are we now? But an even better question is, how do we know when we're coming into a new stage? Because if you know how to do this, you'll be able to do it all the time. There are 3 main steps to doing this. I'm going to give you the first one now, because it's a quick, rough way to do it, and it'll be enough to get you started. So you can start making money using this. So what you do is you go to the Financial Times website, the FT website, and there's a section on there. You can go to the Financial Times website, the FT website, or you could buy a copy of the Financial Times newspaper. Yeah, and there's a section on there called Leaders and Laggards, and it lists all the sectors. And at the top of the list are the sectors that have gone up the most. At the bottom of the list, the sectors have gone down the most. And what you do is you look at about the top 10 or 12 sectors, and you say which types of sector have been doing the best. So in this example, we had health, personal care, pharmaceuticals, tobacco, food, and drug retail. They're all what we call consumer staple. We then had water, gas, utilities. They're all what we call utilities. So consumer staple utilities were doing very well. Consumer staple utilities doing very well. Whereabouts were we? Early contraction. That's exactly where we were. It took about 5 seconds to work that out, looking at the FT. Now, I'm going to give you another way to do this. If you go to this website, marketwatch.com, there's a free tool on there called a sector heat map, which looks like this. And each of these thick white outlines, these big rectangles, is a sector. So for example, we've got the energy sector, financial sector, healthcare sector, consumer cyclical, technology sector. Each of the smaller rectangles is a company. The brighter green the rectangle, the more the share price has gone up. Brighter red the rectangle, the more the share price has gone down. Now, we use this in quite a sophisticated way. We say to ourselves, which of the sectors is greenest? That's it. Which of the sectors is greenest? And in this example, nearly all the squares in consumer cyclical are green. Half of technology is taking off in a really big way. Consumer cyclical, half of technology. Whereabouts were we? Swapping over between these 2 stages. So what types of company would we want to buy? Capital goods, technology, transportation, because they're supposed to do well at that stage. Now, I'm going to show you a real example of the kind of huge profits you can make using this strategy. As a real example, we did this research a couple of years ago. We found out that we were just coming into the early contraction stage of the economy. It was very obvious. Everything was saying just coming into early contraction. And when you do all 3 steps, you get very good at the timing. So you can get in just at the start of the stage. You can get out just at the end of the stage. So we found out we were coming into early contraction. We found out what are the sectors that are supposed to do well at that stage. So consumer staples supposed to do well, and utilities. We then found out what are the smaller bits within those sectors, what are the industries. So in consumer staple, we have hospital management companies, beverage companies, tobacco. In utilities, the smaller bits are electric companies, natural gas, water, etc. So we found out we're coming into this stage. We found out the types of company that's supposed to do well at that stage. What are we going to do next? We're going to buy shares, stocks and shares in these types of company because they're supposed to do well at that stage. Now, I'm going to show you a real example of what happened next. Rather than show you individual companies, I'm going to show you what happened to these whole industries on average. So you can see what happened to every company within the industry on average. So hospital management companies supposed to do well. Markets, the red line, plummeting. Blue line, hospital management companies went up over 100% profit in a year on average. They were supposed to do that. So that means if you picked a random company in the right industry, you made 100% profit in a year. It was supposed to do that, no surprise. Let's look at another one. Electric companies supposed to do well. Market went down, electric industry went up over 70% profit in a year on average. It was supposed to do that. Beverages supposed to do well. Market went down, beverage went up over 50% profit in a year on average. Natural gas supposed to do well. Natural gas went over 60% profit in a year on average. Tobacco supposed to do well. Tobacco went up 140% profit in a year. It was supposed to do that. That's how much you made if you closed your eyes and picked a random company in the right industry. Now, do we just want to close our eyes and make 140% return in a year? Well, yes, but that's how much we made if we picked a random company in the right industry. What could we do instead? We could pick a good company in a good industry. Good company, good industry, 475% profit in a year, 500% profit in a year. When I learned this stuff, it totally turned my investing around. Where'd you learn about this? I've read over 300 books on investing. I didn't read it in any of those books. I've attended over 30 investment training courses. I didn't learn it on any of those courses. I learned this after being mentored one-to-one by some of the world's top investors. They were all using this stuff. Most investors have no idea about this. If you're a complete beginner, you now have a massive advantage over most people. If you're already investing, you've got to start using this. It's just so powerful. Now, on this example here, 2,000 would have become 12,000 in a year, £10,000 profit for 45 minutes work. Let me just check before we continue. Give me a yes in the question window if you would like to make £10,000 for 45 minutes work. Give me a yes. Okay, good. A lot of yeses there. Because you can do that kind of thing once you get good at this strategy. Now, on this example here, 500% profit in a year. In reality, would the return be quite that big? Well, no, probably not. You might miss the start of the stage. You might miss the end of the stage. What if you only made 200% return in a year? Would that still be okay? Yes or no? Well, yeah, of course. Now, real trades, real money. Do people make these kind of returns using this strategy? Well, yeah, of course they do. One of our course graduates, 500% profit in a year. I attended the course over a year ago. I started at £2,000. I now have well over £10,000 profit using what I was teaching you just there, with a couple of extra steps he learned on the course. Another of our course graduates, 3,000 to 47,000 in 9 weeks. Between a period of 8 to 9 weeks, I made my 3,000 initial investment grow to £47,000 using what I was teaching you just there, with a couple of extra steps he learned in the training. Another of our course graduates, 242% profit in 8 months, just using these exact strategies. Now, I'm going to teach you another strategy. Very simple, very profitable, great one for beginners. First of all, I have a question for you. Type a yes into the question window if you are feeling lucky today. Give me a yes if you're feeling lucky today. Wow, okay, that's a lot of yeses. Good. Give me a big yes if you're feeling lucky. What I'm going to do is, before the end of this talk, I am going to give one of you the chance to get my trading watch list for free. This is where each week for 12 weeks, I should say, what are my watch lists? This is the list of exactly what I'm looking to trade. Yeah. And I put their value £5,000. I currently have 43 people who've paid me £5,000 each to get hold of my watch lists. So what I'm going to do is, for one of you, I'm going to give you the chance to get this for free. Each week for 12 weeks, I'm going to send you the list of exactly what I'm looking to trade for UK shares, up trades, down trades, right up to date, exactly what I'm looking to trade, for American stocks and shares, right up to date, and for Forex trades. Now, wherever you live in the world, you can trade any of these things. So, for example, I live in the UK, I live in London. Quite often I'll trade American stocks and shares. Wherever you live, doesn't matter what country you live in, you can trade any of these things. And as I said, I've currently got 43 people paid me £5,000 each to get hold of my watch lists. Why do those people think it's worth paying me £5,000 to get my watch lists? Well, two main reasons. One of them is, by seeing what I'm looking to trade each week, that's a really good way to learn. And you can start to get pretty good pretty fast by doing that. The second reason is, what quite a few of these people are doing is they're just copying my trades. And quite a few of these people are making far more than that by just copying my trades. For example, this guy, £8,000 profit using Darren's watch lists. I used trades from Darren's watch list. I'm up £8,000 on a pot of 10,000 in 4 months. He was pretty much just copying my trades. So even if you know nothing about investing, you could make a lot of money using my watch lists. I said, well worth £5,000, but I'm going to give one of you the chance to get that for free before the end of this talk. Now, let's talk about the investment rules. Actually, first of all, I have a question for you. How much money is there in the stock markets? If you know the answer, type it into the question window. How much money is there in the stock markets? And let's have a look. So I'm seeing trillions, billions. So someone's saying huge. Okay, I will tell you how much. There is enough for all of us, that's for sure. If you take into account the main UK stock markets, the main American stock markets, that's £10 trillion. That's without even including the Forex markets. Let me just check before we continue. Type a yes if you would like a share of £10 trillion. Give me a big yes. Okay, good. Lots of yeses there. It would be a short presentation otherwise. Now, the markets are a bit like a big bank safe. All the money's there, but most people don't know the correct combination code or sequence of steps to get the money out of the markets. If you are standing in front of the bank safe and the safe door is closed and someone says you can have all the money out of the safe if you can get it out, and here's the combination code, is that easy? Yes or no? Yeah, it's pretty easy. If you've got the combination code, it's easy. What about if you don't have the combination code? Is that a bit trickier? Yeah, a bit trickier. Most people don't have the combination code to get the money out of the markets. I've now been investing for over 20 years. The first couple of years I spent learning the combination code. I worked out I spent over £100,000 of my money learning the combination code to get the money out of the markets. As I said, I went off around the world. I found some of the world's top traders, top investors, and I got them to mentor me one-to-one. And some of these people I had to pay a lot of money. One guy, I paid £20,000 for him to teach me for 4 hours a month. So for £20,000, I got 1 hour a week on the telephone. Now, who thinks that was a good deal? £20,000 for an hour a week on the telephone. Well, depends what I learn. I can tell you, using what he taught me, over the next few years, I made several £100,000. So was it a good deal? Well, yeah, obviously. Any good investor knows the important thing is not how much something costs, is how much it's worth. And it's certainly worth me paying that guy £20,000 to teach me. Now, we're going to cover the first part of the combination code. There are 6 main mistakes that traders and investors make. And I discovered that this is the combination code. The combination code is, once you correct these 6 mistakes, you can start getting consistent big money from the markets. And the first mistake people make is not using the correct investment indicators. Now, for beginners, what is an investment indicator? It's something which is related to the price that we use to help us tell what's going to happen next to the price. Actually, let's do a non-investing example first of all. So let's say time of day. Time of day is an indicator for how many cars are on the road. Let's say it's 8:30 Monday morning in a busy city. Are there going to be a lot of cars on the road? Well, yeah, of course. What about if it's 11:30 Monday morning? Are there likely to be less cars on the road? Yeah, probably. So time of day is an indicator for how many cars are on the road. An investment indicator, something related to the price, we use to help us tell what's going to happen next to the price. So in this example, we have the price along the top here, this squiggly line here, black squiggly line, that's the price. And this black kind of squiggly line there, that's the indicator. That indicator is called RSI. Now, you need to use the right settings, but let me just explain how this works. When the black indicator line crosses above the red line, like it's done just here, that tells us to buy. When the black indicator line crosses below the red line, like it's done just here, that tells us to sell. And that was a real example. You would have made a nice profit on that trade. Let's have a look at another one. The black indicator line crosses above the red line, tells us to buy. And when the black indicator line crosses below the red line, tells us to sell. And that was another real example. You would have made a nice profit on that trade. Let's do one more. Indicator crosses above the red line, so it tells us to buy. And it hasn't crossed back below the red line, so we're still in the trade, still making money on that one. Yeah. So fairly easy so far. I'm going to give you a test. In the question window, type the letter B when we should buy. So type a letter B when we should buy. Yeah, you got it. Wow. B, 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 loads of B's. Buy. Yeah. Okay, loads of people. Yeah, as soon as it crosses above the red line there, we're going to buy. Now, type sell or the letter S into the window when we should sell. Oh, no, still in the trade, yeah, because it hasn't crossed back below that red line, yeah. So we're still making money on that one, still in the trade. Let's do another one. Type a B into the window when we should buy. Oh, a couple of people typing B. Not yet, yeah, not yet because it hasn't crossed above. Yeah, it's close, but it hasn't yet crossed above, so we won't do it yet. Let's carry on. Type a B when we should buy. Yeah, there we go. You got it. Yeah, as soon as it crosses above, that's when we're going to buy. And type an S or type sell when we should sell. So we're going to buy just there, and let me know when to sell. Yeah, you got it. It looks like just there, just crossed above, definitely just there. Yep. So we'll sell just there. And again, another real example, made a nice profit on that trade. Now, was that fairly easy to learn? That's pretty easy, yeah. There are 4 other indicators that I use. They're all just as simple to learn. This stuff is easy. Now, you might be thinking, well, if it's this easy, why doesn't everybody do it? Because most people don't know the correct combination code. They don't know what indicators to use. They don't know what settings to use. They don't know this stuff. Once you know it, it's easy. Anyone can do it. Now, of course, you've got to do the practice so you get good, but it's easy to learn this stuff. Now, in a moment, I'm going to give you another strategy. Very profitable strategy, very simple one, great one for beginners. First of all, I have another question for you. Type a yes into the question window if you are feeling really lucky today. Is anyone feeling really lucky today? Let's have a look. Okay, a lot of yeses there. Okay, good. And some people in all capitals. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, excellent. What I'm going to do is, before the end of this talk, I'm going to give one of you the chance to attend our Investment Success 3-day live event for free. That will be for you and a guest. Now, at the moment, due to this whole Corona lockdown situation, we can't run live events, but I'm sure we will be able to fairly soon, probably by the end of the year. As soon as we run our next live event, I'm going to let one of you have the chance to attend that for free, for you and a guest. Now, 2 tickets to the live event is normally £5,000. Many people have already bought 2 tickets from us for £5,000. They were very glad they did. It's well worth it. It's 3 days. The first day in the morning, we cover the basics for complete beginners. We show you how to get started, how to get up to speed really fast. And then on the next 2.5 days, we cover the strategies. You see real examples. You do practical exercises. Really is quite an incredible training program. It's actually won many awards for being the best training program for investing. Well worth the £5,000. What I'm going to do is, before the end of this talk, I'm going to give one of you the chance to get that for free, for you and a guest. Now, we just talked about the first part of the combination code, investment indicators. There are 5 other parts of the combination code. They're all just as simple to learn. Once you know all 6 parts of the combination code, what happens to the safe door? It opens. You can start getting consistent big money from the markets. Now, I was thinking about this and I thought, for me to master the combination code, it cost me over £100,000 of my money. It cost me several years of my life. But once I knew it, it was easy. Anybody could do it. And I thought, what would be the best way to teach other people the combination code so they could master it in the quickest, easiest way possible? And I thought the best way to do this is, I'll get a lot of people to send me in trades, I'll analyze their trades, and I'll record some videos. And on those videos, I'll point out anywhere where they made one of these 6 main mistakes. And in the video, I'll tell them how to correct it, how to do it right the next time. And I thought, if I point out these 6 mistakes enough times, people watch the videos, they'll know exactly how to do it. They'll know the combination code to getting consistent big money from the markets. And I thought, in order to point out the 6 mistakes enough times, I probably need about 24 trades to look through. And I thought, if I do the project properly, I can probably record 4 trade analysis videos a day. Because I've got to look at the person's trade, see where they made one of these mistakes, tell them how to correct it, record the video. I thought I can probably do 4 videos a day. 24 trades, 4 videos a day. The project would take me 6 days to complete. Now, I mentioned earlier, I currently charge £30,000 for a single one-to-one mentoring session. So I thought, if I just did 1 mentoring session a day for 6 days, that's £180,000. 6 days of my time is worth about £180,000. I thought, if I spend the 6 days producing this product, is anyone going to pay me £180,000 for it? And I thought, well, I don't know. And I produced it anyway. I produced this product, 24 trade analysis videos, basically the combination code to getting consistent big money from the markets. And I told all my clients about it. I said, look, I've just produced this product. I said, watch this, you'll know exactly how to do it. And I told them how much I thought it was worth. I said, I spent over £100,000 of my money learning this stuff. It took me over 6 days to produce this product. 6 days of my time is worth about £180,000. I said, I reckon this product is worth several £100,000. I said, make me an offer. One small group of investors paid me £130,000 to get hold of these 24 videos. I'll show you what they got for their money. They got the 24 trade analysis videos on 8 memory sticks. They got 1 group mentoring session with me, and they got a couple of other training videos. But the main thing they were after were these 24 trade analysis videos. Now, a couple of months later, another small group of investors heard about this product. They also heard about the results the first group were getting. A second group of investors paid me £130,000 to get hold of these 24 videos. They got the same thing as the first group. But what I thought is, with this second group, they obviously know the value of these 24 videos. I know the value of these 24 videos, but I thought it really doesn't do it justice giving them the 24 trade analysis videos on 8 plastic multicolored memory sticks. I thought, for this second group, I'm going to do something even better. And what I did is, for the second group, I gave them their 24 trade analysis videos on a 24 karat gold plated memory stick. I thought, that's more like it. That shows the real value of what they're getting. And I worked out how much they paid to get hold of those 24 videos. As I said, a one-to-one or a group mentoring, I currently charge £30,000. So they basically paid £100,000 to get hold of those 24 videos. Now, you might be thinking, well, that's a lot of money to pay for just 24 videos. The question is, was it worth it? I can tell you right now, from the early feedback from the group, I'm guessing they've already made more than £1 million using what they learned on those videos. Within 4 weeks, one of the group made over £50,000 profit. Within 8 weeks, another group made over £100,000 profit. That was £150,000 in the first 8 weeks. In total, they paid me £130,000. So they were already up within 8 weeks. As I said earlier, any good investor knows the important thing is not how much something costs, it's how much it's worth. And it's certainly worth those guys paying me over £100,000 to get hold of those videos. I actually kept one of these for myself. I thought this is so valuable. I want to keep one for myself. I have it on my desk just here by the side of me. Actually, I'm going to switch on the camera, see if you can see this. This is, let's have a go. So this is 24 karat gold plated memory stick with the 24 trade analysis videos on. Two small groups of traders and investors paid me over £100,000 each to get hold of this. I'm going to keep mine. I mean, the real value is what's on there, which is the strategies to get big, consistent returns from the markets. I'm going to keep that one very safe. Now, I'm going to teach you another strategy, very profitable strategy, very consistent strategy. It's very easy to learn as well. Before I teach you this next strategy, we've been sitting down for a while. Let's stay sitting down, but let's just do a quick stretch, I think, and I'll do this with you as well. So let's just do a quick stretch to the left. Oh, that's good. Quick stretch to the right. Oh, it feels good. And let's roll the shoulders back. Oh, that's nice. And roll the shoulders forwards. And let's go head to the left. Oh, feels good. And to the right. Oh, and deep breath in and out. And in and out. Okay, it feels good. You ready for this next strategy? So I'll switch my camera off for a second, just so I can see the full screen as well. So this next strategy, I was invited to give a talk at a big investment conference last year in London. I think it was January last year. Big investing conference. They said, would I come and give a talk? And I said, yeah, sure. And I was sitting at the back of the room waiting to go on stage. And there was about 2 hours before I was due on. And I didn't really have anything to do. So what I did is I got out my phone and I traded the strategy that I'm about to teach you. And sitting at the back of the room, waiting to go on stage, trading the strategy that I'm about to teach you, in 2 hours, I made £12,000 profit. And I think I took a screenshot of my phone. Let me see if I've got it on one of the slides. Maybe the next slide. Yeah, there you go. So you can see that was the same day. That was in January. I was sitting at the event waiting to go on stage. I did 3 trades, 4,000, 4,000, 4,000 profit, 12,000 profit. That was in about 2 hours. Yeah. And in order to do that size of trades, you would have needed to have about £20,000 in the account. It shows the size there. I was doing down trades. Yeah. I'm going to teach you that strategy in just a second. Another strategy that I use is, I call it my summer holiday strategy, because I've used it to pay for my summer holidays before. And I thought I'd show you my trading statements for my summer holiday strategy. You can see, so this was the first week of June last year. And that week there's the trades I did. I did 13 trades. I got 12 out of 13 correct. That was in total about 45 minutes work. That week, I made £97,000 profit. I then went on holiday for a month. I went to Portugal, stayed in a beautiful villa in Portugal. I then went to Italy, went to Fregene near Rome, hired a villa on the beach, had a beautiful time there. I was away for about a month. I then came back to the UK. I did another week's trading. And you can see that's kind of mid-July when I came back. There's the trades that I did. I did 14 trades, got 14 out of 14 correct. That's about 45 minutes work. That week, I made £286,000 profit. Took my profit for those 2 weeks up to 384,000. I then went on holiday for another month. I went to Bodrum in Turkey, stayed in the best 5-star hotel. I had the best suite. Took my family with me. That's my son lying by the pool there. I also went to Marbella in Spain for a couple of weeks. I then came back to the UK, did another week's trading. That's my trading statement from my phone just there. I did 6 trades, 6 out of 6 correct, 30 minutes work that week, £106,000 profit. Took my total for those 3 weeks up to about £490,000. Now, you might say, well, that's all right for you, Darren. You're good at this. What about someone else? I taught one of my team how to do this. He'd never done the strategy before. I taught him for about 2 hours. 1 week later, he sent me this WhatsApp message. First week's results, 30 out of 30 wins. 4 days trading, 1,300 profit. He'd never done the strategy before. Taught him for about 2 hours. Anybody can do this if you learn the right strategies. Now, let me give you the first strategy. This is what we call a channeling strategy. Quite often, prices will bounce up and down in a very regular, uniform way. And when they do that, we call it channeling. And what happens is when the price gets near to this invisible level here, which we call support, it tends to bounce and go up. When the price gets near to this invisible level here, we call resistance, it tends to bounce and come down. And if you saw a price doing this kind of pattern, when would you want to buy it? Type into questions window, you'd buy it when it's close to, when you're going to buy it, when it's close to, yeah, support, 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 yeah. You're going to buy it when it's close to the support, yeah? So here somewhere. When are you going to sell it? Type when you're going to sell it. You're going to sell it when it's close to, yeah, resistance, R, resistance, yeah. Those are people saying resistance. Yeah, so we're going to buy it here. We're going to sell it when it's near the top here, yeah. Now, all around the world, there are stocks and shares that are doing this channeling pattern. There always are. Forex trades quite often do this channeling pattern. Let me show you a few examples. So this is a Forex example, Australian dollar, US dollar, bouncing up and down. So what do? We buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, which was a great trade. Anybody heard of this little company? Yeah, it's Microsoft doing a channel. So what do? We buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, and make money as it comes down. In the online training, you'll learn how to make money as it comes down as well, just as easy to do. If you traded that channel, 150% profit in a year. Another example, this is a UK share. So what do? You buy here, make money, buy here, make money, buy here, make money, buy here, make money. That one, 70% profit in 5 months as you traded that channel. Another example, 60% profit in 6 months. Another example, trading that channel, you would have made 140% profit in 7 months. 2,000 would have become almost 5,000 trading that one. Now, 140% profit in 7 months, that's pretty good. Sometimes I trade channels that do even better than that. Here's a channel that I traded a while ago. Each of these bounces was about 50% return. That one did 180% return in a month. 2,000 would have become over 5,000 a month trading that channel. Now, I hope you're thinking a couple of things. One of them is, well, this channeling stuff looks very easy. It looks very profitable, and I want to do it. I hope you are thinking that because it is. But I also hope you're thinking something else, and that is, well, I bet as soon as I do it, what happens? It stops channeling and goes down. Could that happen? Well, yeah, of course it could. So I'm going to give you an excellent way to protect yourself from that happening. If you want to write this down, this is what I do. I use an indicator called ROC. And you'll find it on any of the big free financial websites. Indicator called ROC. The setting I use is a 14-day setting. And what I do is I get the computer to draw the indicator for me. If the indicator ever makes a lower bottom than the one before, you don't do the trade. And that will protect you in about 80 to 90% of the cases. This then becomes a highly profitable, highly reliable strategy. Now, real trades, real money. Do people make these kind of returns using this strategy? Well, yeah, of course they do. None of our course graduates, 6,000 profit with channeling. From an initial stake of £1,000, I generated a return of 6,000 over 2 months. Technique I was using was channeling along with your recommended indicator. So this guy started with £1,000, did channeling, 2 months later, £6,000 profit. If you started with £1,000 today and in 2 months' time you made £6,000 profit, would you be fairly happy with that? Yes or no? Yeah, pretty good return, yeah? And you can do that kind of thing once you get good at this strategy. Now, in a couple of minutes, I am going to share with you what is probably the most important thing you'll ever learn in trading and investing. I would say it's the #1 most important thing you'll ever learn in trading and investing. And I'm going to give you that in just a couple of minutes' time. I would say if it was the only thing you learned from being on this training today, it would have been worth you joining this training session. And I'm going to give you that in just a couple of minutes' time. First of all, I thought it might be a good idea to let you hear from a few of our course graduates. I'm going to play a very short video now, some of our course graduates. Have a listen to this. What I'll do, I think I'll play probably just the first 10, 15 seconds, and then I'll kind of summarize it for you, just so you can see it's a real video, they're real people. So I'll play first maybe 10 seconds, then I'll stop the video and I'll summarize for you. Have a look at this.
I'm Martin Bristow. I started off with £4,000. I've doubled that, in fact, more than doubled that in 2 years. I've made £8,000 profit.
I'm Nicholas Nevins. I've been trading CFD for the last...
Okay, I'll pause it there. And what I'll do is I'll summarize it for you. If you want to see the full video, it's on our website. You can watch the whole video. They're real people. They've done these things. But let me summarize for you. So I wanted to show you that our students are from all different backgrounds, all different careers, start with all different start amounts of money. And well, I'll kind of summarize. So this guy, a student, he was still studying, started with £4,000, turned it into 12,000 in 2 years, which is a great return. This guy, an accountant, 14,000 to 28,000 in 3 months. I taught him a strategy to grow an account very fast, and he did really well with it. This guy, another student studying, started with a very small amount of money, £250, turned it into 1,500 in 3 months. Great return. Again, I showed him the same strategy, how to grow a small account fast. This guy, a dentist, 2,000 to 10,000 in 3 months. Great return. This lady, housewife, part-time vet, 30% on her trade, absolute complete beginner. She was super happy with that. This guy, 88 successful trades out of 94. I taught him a very, very reliable strategy, which he just got good at. This guy, 30% return on his trades. This lady, 2,000 profit in a day. She goes on to say that she did even better than that. This guy, 11,000 to 36,000 in a year, great return. This guy started with 5,000, made 12,000 profit in a year. This guy, designer, you saw him on one of the slides, 3,000 to 47,000 in 9 weeks. This guy started with £5,000, paid off 30,000 in debt, and made enough money to cover his mortgage payments every month, and made enough money to go on 3 very good holidays every year. And as I said, all real people, they've done those things. If you want to watch the full video, it's on our website. But what I wanted to show you really is nearly all of those people that you saw, before they did the training with us, they were complete beginners, knew nothing about investing. And the thing is, it's a bit like if you want to make a cake. If you have the recipe and you follow the steps, you can make the cake. With investing, even if you know nothing about investing, if you're given a proven strategy that works and you follow the steps, you can get some great results if you are given the right strategies. Yeah. And on the training program, we're going to give you the exact same strategies that we gave to these people. Yeah, anyone can do this if they're given the right strategies. This is how I was able to work with a group of 10, 11-year-old children and have them making money within a couple of hours, because I said to them, look, here's a strategy that works. I said, follow the steps. And the kids just followed the steps. Yeah. Now, this next point, or this next technique, I said this is probably the most important technique you will ever learn in trading and investing. And that's this. You've got to let your profits run and cut your losses short. What do most investors do? Most investors do the exact opposite. I'm going to show you how to do this the right way around. In this example, price went up, came down, bounced once, bounced twice at about the same level. If the price bounces at the same level twice, we call it a double bottom chart pattern. It's a very simple, very basic chart pattern. And it means that just here, the price is now more likely to go up than go down. So just here, this is actually a good place to buy. This is a very sensible place to buy. And as soon as you buy, you're going to place a sell stop below the price bottom. Now, for beginners, a sell stop is an automatic order to get you out of the trade if it drops down to that level. So if the price drops to that level, it'll be sold automatically. Now, anybody in the questions window, type in, why do we use a sell stop? Anybody know? Why do we use a sell stop? And I'm seeing to protect our capital, yeah, to minimize our loss. So I'm saying protection, to limit loss, yeah, absolutely. So what we're going to do is, as the price goes up, we're going to cancel this sell stop, we're going to move it up to here. Price goes up, we cancel this sell stop, we move it up to here. Price goes up, we cancel this sell stop, we move it up to here. Each time we get a new price bottom, we're going to move the stop up. What's the biggest loss we could make on that trade? Biggest loss is we buy it, it goes to our sell stop, it's sold automatically, we have a limited loss. Anybody in the questions window, type in what's the biggest profit we can make on that trade? Anyone? What's the biggest profit we can make? Biggest profit is, yeah, unlimited. Unlimited profit, limited loss. That's how you've got to be investing. Most investors have no idea about that. If you're a beginner, you now have a massive advantage over most people. If you're already investing, you've got to start using this. It's so powerful. Now, whether you want to do stocks and shares, Forex, commodities, you've got to be using something like this. So important. And whether you want to do short-term day trading, long-term, medium-term, you've got to be using this. Now, let's talk about the trading psychology and the wealth psychology. Occasionally, when I talk about the wealth psychology, someone will say, I don't care about the wealth psychology, just give me the strategies. They're usually the people that don't do very well. You've got to get the wealth mindset right, so important. So let me give you a couple of most important bits on this. Trading emotions. Actually, there's not much writing on this slide, so let me just switch the camera back on. So trading emotions, two main trading emotions are fear and greed, and a couple of good ways to overcome these. First of all, make your trading decisions when the markets are closed. So in the evening, at the weekend, because if you make your trading decisions out of hours, you'll make far more sensible, far more profitable decisions. So make your trading decisions in the evening, at the weekend, you'll make far smarter decisions. Because what happens is when the markets are open and prices are moving up and down, it can be very emotional. And if you're making decisions when the markets are closed, you will make far calmer, far more profitable decisions. And also, I mean, if you want to do day trading, that's fine, but get good at making the trading decisions out of hours, first of all. And the other way to overcome these emotions, fear and greed, is to use sell stops, like we just talked about. So you're going to have this initial stop in place, which is to protect your capital. So there, and then as the price goes up, you move your stop up as the price goes up, yeah, to lock in more and more profit. And now this next point, there's, I guess it's just a really good wealth belief to have, and that is the more you give, the more you get. A lot of religions talk about this. I just think it's a really good attitude to have in life. It's a great feeling to make a lot of money fast. But I would say it's an even better feeling to then be able to use some of that money to help people less fortunate than yourself. And over the years, I've been involved in all kinds of charity projects. I really think one of the most fulfilling things in life is to be in a position where you can help other people. And I'm sure a lot of you've already had that experience. So one of the things I did is, once I started to become very good at trading and investing, I thought, how can I use these skills to help other people as well as myself? And one of the things I do now is I run what I call charity live trading days. And what happens is we all get together. I trade for real. I trade my money for real in front of everybody. And everybody basically copies my trades. And we spend the day trading together. We make a whole load of money. And then at the end of the day, we give 100% of the money to charity. And the last charity live trading day that we ran, we were raising money for SOS Children's Villages, great charity. They do work all around the world for kids that really need the most help. And I felt very privileged to have the chance to be able to help out there. And what we did is we did the live trading day. I traded my money in front of everybody for real. Everybody copied my trades. And then We made a whole load of money. At the end of the day, we gave 100% of the money from that event to charity. Which this is the great thing. Once you get good at this, you can make yourself a lot of money, but you can also help a lot of other people. So if you have something which, if you have a cause that's close to your heart, something you really believe in, maybe a charity you support, or maybe just you want to be able to help a family member out or a relative out financially, what a great way to do it. Yeah. I mean, you can use these strategies, of course, to make yourself a lot of money, but why not help other people as well? So it really is a great skill to have. Can allow you to do a lot of things. Now, this next point, there's been quite a few research projects done which have found that this is one of the biggest influences on how wealthy and successful you become. And that is who you surround yourself with. You've got to surround yourself with positive people, people who are going to encourage you to do things. And a good example in my life that totally changed my life, about 20 years ago, I attended a training course taught by a guy called Tony Robbins. Actually, out of interest, in the questions window, type a yes if you've heard of Tony Robbins. Give me a yes if you've heard of Tony Robbins. Okay, wow, there's a lot of yeses. Wow. Okay, so it looks like a couple of hundred yeses just whizzed past me on the screen there. Okay, great. But for those of you who haven't heard of Tony Robbins, how would we describe Tony to them? Give me a 1 or 2 word description in the question window. Anybody? Give me a 1 or 2 word description of Tony. Great, amazing, big hands, someone said. Wow, awesome, motivational, brilliant, out of this world, life coach. Okay, cool. I think Tony describes himself as the world's #1 life coach. His clients are people like presidents of countries and top athletes, and it's good content. I like what he teaches. And I attended his training course about 20 years ago with someone who used to be a friend back then. And what happened is, partway through the training course, Tony told us about all the other training courses that he runs, as people do on these courses. And one of the courses he told us about was Life Mastery, which was 10 days in Hawaii, where he's going to teach us about health, wealth, relationships, all kinds of great topics. And he said it was the last one he was ever going to teach in that format in Hawaii. And it sounded like an amazing course. And I said to my friend, I said, in the break, I'm going to go and book a place. And my friend said, well, you should probably think about it a bit more. And he said, you can't really afford to do it anyway. And he said, his talking it was a bit salesy. And he said, what if it's not as good as he says it is? And it's probably not the last one he's going to do anyway. And he started giving me all his excuses about why he wasn't going to do it. And I said to him, I said, look, I said, I'm not interested in your excuses. I said, in the break, I'm going to go and book a place. And in the break, I went and booked a place, £10,000 Life Mastery. At the time, I was £40,000 in debt. I paid for it on a couple of credit cards. And I thought to myself, unless I take some kind of decisive action, my life is probably not going to change. If I keep doing the same things, I'm going to keep getting the same results. And I thought, once I've paid for this, I'll find a way. Somehow I'm going to make this work. And I went on that course, Life Mastery with Tony, and it was an incredible course. Actually, out of interest, anybody been on Life Mastery? Type a yes into the questions window. I'm seeing a couple of people, a few people saying, yes, I wish. A few people saying they wish they'd been on it. It was a really incredible course. I believe a big part of why I went from £50,000 in debt to making over £1 million within 3 years was because of what Tony taught us on that course. Because he taught us how to model people, how to learn their strategies. I then went off around the world. I found the world's top traders, top investors, and I did what Tony said. I modeled their strategies, learned how they did things. I came back to the UK. My life started to improve rapidly. My friend saw what was happening, and he said, wow. He said, that must have been an amazing course. I said, yeah, it's great. He said, I'm going to book a place. And he called their office, and he said, I want to do that Life Mastery with Tony in Hawaii. And they said, Tony is never going to do that same format course again in Hawaii. He never did. He never did that exact same format course again. I'm just so glad I didn't let my friend hold me back. Now, I know sometimes it can be tough because it's your partner that's holding you back. But if something feels right, you've got to go for it. That's how your life moves ahead. Back then, I had my friend, he had a normal job doing something he doesn't really like. Guess what he's doing now? The same job he doesn't really like. Yeah. And what I found in life, I'm sure you found the same thing. It just comes down to 1 or 2 decisions that can change the whole direction of your life. And for me, going on that training course totally changed my life. That's the great thing about life. One decision can massively improve everything. Now, last point of my talk, and I'm going to show you a chart to go with this. So I'm going to switch my camera off so I can see the full screen. Use the power of compound returns. Most people have at least heard of a compound return. Give me a yes in the question window if you've heard of compound return. Give me a quick yes. Okay, that's a lot of yeses. Okay, so what is a compound return? It means making money using the money you've already made, reinvesting the profits. And what a lot of traders and investors do is they try and make big money fast, which is fine, but the real secret to building huge wealth is getting consistency. Because once you can get consistent monthly returns, you can start with even a small amount of capital and you can grow huge wealth relatively quickly. That is the sensible way to build your wealth. And with the online training program, that's part of what you're going to be learning, how to get this consistency, because it's quite important to do that. Because once you're getting consistent monthly returns, this is how your money grows. It starts growing gradually at first, it then accelerates massively. Now, I'm going to show you one last video of my talk, very short video. I'll probably just play the first 10 seconds of it again, and then I'll kind of summarize for you. It's one of our course graduates, after we showed him how to get consistency, because I want you to see how your money can grow once you get this consistency. Now, I should say, just to be totally open with you, this guy didn't just do our training. He was actually trained by me personally. And as you already know, to be trained by me personally, one of the only few ways to do that now is through the one-to-one mentoring. So I know for quite a few of you, maybe that's not an option, but I still want you to see this video so you can see how your money can grow once you get this consistency. So have a quick look at this. I'll play maybe the first 10 seconds, and then I'll pause the video and I'll come and kind of summarize for you.
What was your starting capital? My starting capital was £5,000. Okay, and then using what you learned on the course, strategy, the techniques, how much did you make profit from trading? I think over a period of time, over a whole period of time, probably about £500,000. So about £500,000. I was thinking, actually, that's kind of an underestimate. Okay.
Okay, so I'll stop it there. So he basically says, well, I started with £5,000. Using the strategy you taught me, I made £500,000. And then he says, well, actually, that was an underestimate because I went on, let me just see if I can, I'll step the slide forwards. He says, I made enough money to save my pension during the crash, or I learned the strategies to save my pension. And he says, I made enough money to buy a house in the south of France for cash using the strategies. Now, what I did is I taught him a couple of very simple but very profitable strategies, and I showed him how to get consistency. Because once you get consistent returns, you can start with even a small amount of capital and grow huge wealth relatively quickly. That is the sensible way to build your wealth. And in the online training, we're going to teach you exactly what we taught him about how to get consistency. Now, whilst we're talking about consistency, you saw this guy in one of the videos on one of the slides, 88 winners out of 94. I completed the training course over a year ago. I've been successful in 88 out of 94 trades. I taught this guy a very, very, very reliable strategy that I learned from one of the world's top investors. Very simple strategy. Anyone could do it, even a complete beginner. On the online training program, you're going to learn that exact strategy. Really great strategy. None of our course graduates, 30,000 profit within 4 months. None of our course graduates, 500 profit per week. After the training, on average, I make 400 to 500 profit per week. Best thing of all, I'm only using £2,000 capital. None of our course graduates, 2,000 to 11,000. None of our course graduates, 48,000 profit in 1 month. Darren's training course has truly changed my financial destiny and that of my family. This month, I made 48,000 from trading. Now, if you can make an extra 48,000 a month, would that make your life a bit easier? I'm sure it would. Another of our course graduates, 24,000 profit in 1 week. We have literally thousands of success stories and testimonials from people who've done the training course. How have we managed to get so many success stories? Because the strategies we teach work. We actually have over 8,000 success stories and testimonials from people who've done the training. How have we managed to be the #1 investment training company in Europe for over 15 years? Because the strategies we teach work. Now, I'm going to do something very, very special for everybody who's on this webinar right now. And also, at the end of this talk, in a couple of minutes' time, I'm going to share with you one of the most important bits of advice I've ever been given about becoming truly wealthy. First of all, as I said, I'm going to do something very, very special for everyone on this webinar right now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you an absolutely incredible offer. And this will be the best offer that we have ever done in the history of our company. You are definitely going to want to hear this offer. So here it is. Our online training program, online Forex and stock market masterclass training course, is 100% online, so it's perfect for learning from home. And it's over 16 hours of videos of me personally teaching my very best strategies, very best techniques that I learned from the world trading champions. It's basically my life work. I spent over 20 years finding the best strategy, the best techniques. I worked out I spent over £100,000 of my money learning this stuff. In this online training program, you get everything. You get all my best strategies, all the best techniques, and I explain it in a very clear, simple way so that even if you're a complete beginner, you'll absolutely understand how to do this. And as I said, I'm actually very proud of this training program. I truly believe that it's the best online investment training program in the world. And as well as getting the complete online training program, you get an online one-to-one session with one of my team. And you also get, after each lesson, you get a live questions and answer session taught by me personally. So you can get all of your individual questions answered by me personally in these live Q&A sessions. Really is an incredibly effective way to learn. The normal investment for that, £4,997, so £5,000. That's the real price. That's what people have actually paid for that. I'd say it's worth far, far more than that. But I am going to give you an incredible offer. And this is going to be absolutely amazing. You will definitely want to hear this offer. First of all, let me just explain what you're going to learn in the training program. You're going to learn step by step exactly how to do all of this for real, so that even if you're a complete beginner, by the end of the training, you're going to know how to do this. You're going to learn my best Forex strategies, my best stock market strategies, exactly step by step how to do them. And you'll also learn my best cryptocurrency strategies for things like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple. If you're a beginner and you don't know what cryptocurrencies are, I will explain what they are as well so you understand. But basically, I'm giving you my best strategies for everything that I trade, exactly how to do them. And you're going to learn a strategy that I use to double my money in less than a week. Now, if you could double your money in less than a week, would that make your life a bit easier? Yeah, I'm sure it would. And I'm going to show you how to set this all up on autopilot. So it'll take literally 1 hour a week to do these strategies. And so that could be in the evening or the weekend. If you've got a full-time job or a business, very easy to run this alongside. And you're going to learn my most powerful day trading, medium-term and long-term strategies, exactly how to do them. And we do all of this in practice. You'll see me doing the practical steps. Then I set you exercises, and then we have the live Q&A sessions. So I make sure that you understand exactly how to do it. It's a really, really effective way to learn. As I said, normally for the online training, the one-to-one session, the live Q&A sessions, that would be £5,000. That's the real price, what people have actually paid. But I'm going to give you an absolutely incredible offer now. What I'm going to do is, instead of £5,000, I'm going to let you have the full, complete online training program, over 16 hours of videos of me personally teaching the best strategies, best techniques. Plus, you'll have the online one-to-one session with one of my team. You'll have, after every lesson, live Q&A sessions. Instead of £5,000, I'm going to let you have that for just £970 plus the VAT. That is absolutely incredible for what you're going to be learning. And I'm actually going to make it even better for you. I'm going to give you a couple of extra things as well that you'll definitely want to hear about. But first of all, I would say for £5,000, it is great value. What you learn on the course, you could use to make many, many times that. For £970 plus the VAT, that is just incredible value for what you're going to learn. As I said, I spent over £100,000 of my money learning this stuff. £970 plus the VAT. That is the best offer we have ever done in the history of our company. And I'm actually going to make this even better for you. I can see a few people here saying, I want to buy it. How do I buy it? I'm almost there. What I'm going to do is I am going to make it even better for you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a VIP upgrade, which means we talked about my trading watch list earlier. This is where I said each week for 12 weeks, I send you the list of exactly what I'm looking to trade for UK shares, up trades, down trades, right up to date, for American shares, for Forex trades. I said I've currently got 43 people paid me £5,000 each to get hold of my watch list. Why do those people think it's worth paying me £5,000 for my watch list? Because quite a few of them just copy my trades and make a lot more than that. Like this guy, £8,000 profit using Darren's watch list. Well worth the £5,000. What I'm going to do is, if you decide you want to go ahead with this offer right now, I'm going to include that for free, which is just going to be an incredible resource for you. I would say just the watch list by themselves, they're worth many, many times the $970 plus the VAT, but I'm going to include that for free. And I did say that before the end of this talk, I would give one of you the chance to attend our Investment Success 3-day live event for free. For you and a guest, I said 2 tickets to that live event is normally £5,000. Many, many people have already bought 2 tickets from us for £5,000. They were very glad they did. It's well worth it. Day 1 is for beginners, get you up to speed, check you know exactly what you're doing. 2.5 days going through the strategies, checking, seeing real examples, getting you to do practical exercises. It's an incredible event. We've won many awards for that training course. I said I'd give one of you the chance to get that for free before the end of this talk. What I'm going to do is I am going to give everyone the chance to get that for free. What I'm going to say is anyone who books a place right now on the online training program, I'm going to include 2 tickets to the live event for free, which will just be an amazing experience for you. So I'm going to just include those for free. And something we do, a few more people saying, I want to buy it. How do I buy it? I'm almost there. What I'm going to do is I run monthly webinars, online webinars. They're about 30 minutes in length. And it's a great way for you to constantly be improving. And what I do is at the end of the webinar, I set a little 10-minute exercise, very simple. Anyone could do it, even a complete beginner. It's a really great way to check you're constantly improving every month. 24 months worth of the webinar, value £2,000. You decide you want to go ahead with this offer right now, I'm going to include that for free as well, which is just a really great way to check you're constantly improving. Now, this next part of the offer, there is a price involved. So I will explain what it is. You can have a think about it and decide right at the end if you want to include it, but there is a price involved in this next part of the offer. And that is one-to-one mentoring with me. I currently charge £30,000 for a one-to-one mentoring session. If you want to include it, it's going to be yours for only £3,000. You can have a think about that, decide right at the end if you want to include it. But what I would say is at £30,000, it is great value. Some of the people I've trained personally have gone on to make many, many times that. At £3,000, it's incredible value. What I can help you master in a one-to-one mentoring session will be some of the best investment techniques in the world. It will be an amazing session. If you want it included, £3,000, have a think about that and you can decide right at the end. Actually, thinking about it, I'm going to include that for free as well. Now, that is huge. Really, that is huge. Now, let me just be clear, because I want to make sure you get the absolute most from this one-to-one mentoring session with me. So there's no point you having it immediately. The way this will work is you'll complete the online training program. You'll have the online one-to-one session with one of my team. You're going to have the live Q&A sessions. We're going to check you know exactly what you're doing. You know exactly what strategies to use over the next maybe 6 to 8 weeks. You'll do perhaps 3 or 4 trades a week. Once you've done your first 25 trades, you're going to send them in to me. I'm going to look through them all. Then we do our one-to-one mentoring session together. Because that way I can check, I give you some great feedback on your trades and I'll make sure you get the most from the session. And it will be an incredible session. As I said, I currently charge £30,000 for a one-to-one mentoring session. If you decide you want to go ahead with this offer right now, I'm going to include that for free. Now, that is incredible. And what I would say is, this is obviously my time involved, so I can't do this for everybody. So what I'm going to say is the first 30 people only who book a place right now, I'm going to include that for free. And we have literally hundreds of people on this webinar right now. The first 30 people who book a place, you're going to get that one-to-one mentoring included as well. Now, I do have a couple more things that I'm going to give you, but if you want to try and be one of those first 30, go to this link that I just put there, https://bit.ly/training VIP. The first 30 people who get a place, I'm going to include the one-to-one mentoring for free. I said you're going to have to be quick because there are hundreds of people on this webinar right now. So, and what I'm going to do is at your mentoring session, I'm going to give you my personal email address, and I am personally going to provide your ongoing support. You can ask me any questions, anytime, forever. And I really do mean that. That's ongoing support for life from me. Now, I put their value £5,000. It's worth way more than that, but I thought I've got to put some kind of value to it. All of that would be £51,997 for you right now, 970 plus the VAT. That is an incredible offer. And as I said, if you want to be one of the first 30, you're going to need to be quick. Go to the link there, grab your place. And once you've got your place, type into the questions window, I'm in, I've got my place, and I'll kind of congratulate you and welcome you in. And I'm actually going to make this even easier for you. You could either do this in one installment now of 970 plus the VAT, or if you needed to, you could do it in 3 installments, 387 plus the VAT, and then 2 more monthly installments. But if you do it in 1 installment today, what I'll do is I'll give you £1,000 bonus product for free as well, which is an online wealth psychology training program that I recorded, where I give you the best strategies for achieving your goals super fast, for getting the right wealth mindset. Incredible program. You do this in 1 installment now. I'm going to include that for free as well. And something I thought would be nice to do, and let me just go back 1 second. Something I thought would be nice to do is I'm going to give you a way so you can almost immediately get 100% of your cash back. And that is if you just refer 2 people onto the training program and they book a place. So you book your place first, refer 2 people onto the training program. If they book a place, you then get 100% of your training course fee back. And you can actually give them the price I gave you there, $970, but that is just for the online training program. Not all this extra stuff that I'm giving you, that's just for you, all the extra stuff. So refer 2 people, they book a place, you get 100% of your course fee back. And an almost last thing that I'm going to do for you, and this is an important thing, I'm going to give you a 100% money back guarantee. As long as you're present for each of the webinars, do a little 10-minute exercise, which is our way to check you're on track. I guarantee if you don't make at least 10 times the training course fee in the first 24 months, I will give you 100% of your course fee back. I know this stuff works, so I don't mind doing that. We've got over 8,000 success stories and testimonials. I know this stuff works. If you don't make at least 10 times the training course fee in the first 24 months, give you 100% of your course fee back, and I'll even let you keep the course materials. I know this stuff works, so I don't mind doing that. And what I'm going to do is, once you've made your first £100,000 profit, and you're going to be learning strategies that could easily get you there, I'm going to invite you to a celebration dinner at my house. And after dinner, I'm going to work with you on your plan to hit your first £1 million. It's going to be an amazing session. As I said, some of the people I've trained personally have gone on to make literally millions of pounds. I said it was going to be an incredible offer. That is an incredible offer. As soon as you've got your place, let me know and I'll welcome you in. As I said, the first 30 people who book a place, I'm going to include all of that. If your booking goes through, that means you're in, you've got your place. And I do have one last thing that I'm going to do. And I was thinking, shall I do this? I'm going to do this. The 24 trade analysis videos on the 24 karat gold plated memory stick. 2 small groups of investors pay me over £100,000 each to get hold of this. What I'm going to do is the first 30 people who book a place right now, I'm going to include that for free as well. Now that is huge. When you attend the 3-day course, you can pick up the physical gold memory stick. And what I'll do is for the online program, I'm going to put the videos from that memory stick onto the online program. So you get access to those straight away. Now, and I can see lots of people saying they've got their place. Fantastic. As I said, for the first 30 people only, you will get everything that I talked about there. And if your booking goes through, that means you're in. And I can see, let me congratulate a few of these people. So they all whiz past me on the screen here, but let's have a look. So if I scroll up here, so William, congratulations. Bellel, congratulations. David, congratulations. Sam, congratulations. Sharon, congratulations. James, Kevin, Mary. Sharon said, yes, please. Okay, good. I'm not sure how you pronounce this name. Mifsud, I think, congratulations. George, congratulations. Louise, congratulations. Let me know once you've got your place. As I said, it looks like they're going fast. If you're in the first 30, you're going to get everything I just talked about. Just go to that link. Let me type, someone's just saying, could I type the link into the window there? So let me type the link in for you. So this should appear in your answer to the questions. That's the link if you want to book your place. I just sent that to everybody. Hopefully you should have got that. So now what I would say is, yeah, do let me know as soon as you're in. And Ian saying get his place, congratulations. If you had any issues with the booking going through, just you can always email us here, info@wealthtrainingcompany.com. There's the booking link, so you can see it. And you can see more people saying they got their place. And I'm not sure how I pronounce that name. I'm not sure if I'm even going to give it a try, but congratulations. If you have a very hard name to pronounce, you've got your place. He just sent you a message. And Yummy, okay, great name. Thank you, yeah, good. Congratulations as well. So what I'm going to do is, everybody who's booked your place, and I can see there's a lot of you, what I'm going to do is tomorrow evening, I'm going to hold a welcome webinar for you. And let me actually just switch the camera back on for a second. I'm going to hold a welcome webinar for you where I'm going to talk through all this great stuff that you've got. I'm going to make sure you know exactly how to get the most from it. And I'm going to teach you a little bit more as well. That will be tomorrow evening, welcome webinar. And what I'll do is I'll email you all tomorrow morning the details so you know how to log on for that. And if you can't make it tomorrow evening, that's absolutely fine. I'll record it and I'll send it to you. But it'd be good if you're on there tomorrow. I'll be on there live to answer questions. And it'll be just a really nice session to welcome you into the program. So, and I can see more people saying they got their place. So congratulations, Raj, he's got his place. Congratulations. I would say to everybody, in life, you've got to learn something to get your money working for you. Because otherwise you spend your whole life working for money instead of money working for you. And out of anything you could learn, I would say investing in the stock market, forex markets is the best thing you could learn, because you can make money anytime, any place, whatever's happening to the economy, whether it's going up, down, sideways. It's just as easy to make money investing in a recession, in a stock market crash. It's actually even easier to make money. And once you get good at this, it does literally take an hour, 2 hours a week. And that can be the evening, weekend. So if you have a busy lifestyle, very easy to run this alongside. And you can do it from anywhere in the world. You can do it from home or wherever you are. You just need a lot of the trades I do is just from my phone. So it doesn't matter where you are, very easy to do this. And once you get good, you can teach the people you care about, your family, your loved ones, your relatives. And it just kind of frees up your life to do what you want. You have the time, you have the money, you can focus on what you're really passionate about. Somebody said to me once, I don't love investing, but I love the lifestyle it's given me. And I thought that was fantastic. You don't have to love investing, but you definitely will love the lifestyle that it allows you to have, the time and the money to do what you want to do. So it really is going to be a great training. I can see so many of you've now got your place. Fantastic. And if you, okay, it will whiz past me here. A few more people. Paul, congratulations. Jib, it has gone through. Okay, good, great, you're in. Kivan, congratulations. We must be getting pretty close to this 30 now, I think. And what I would say is, if you were thinking about this, if you're kind of on the fence, grab a place. This is it's the best time in my lifetime for making money from the stock market and forex markets. It's just incredible what's happening with the markets right now. There are huge moves up, huge moves down. And if you know the right strategies, that's the best time ever to make money. I believe you are on this webinar this evening. Something brought you here, fate, whatever it was. You came on this webinar for a reason. And I mean, the best reason possible would be for you to master this skill. So if you're here, you're thinking about it, book a place, get a place. You'll never see another offer this good. As I said, it's the best offer we've ever made in the history of our company. And I'd love to help you master this. It really is just a wonderful skill to learn. You get good at it once, you have that skill for the rest of your life, a way to get an income, a way to grow your wealth. And I think a lot of people, due to this whole corona crisis, really started to realize that you can't rely on a job, you can't rely on your boss, you can't even rely on like a property portfolio, a real estate portfolio, because lots of people stop booking these short-term lets. Yeah, what can you rely on? Well, if you're good at investing, that became even better during lockdown. It was even easier to make money investing. And it's something that whatever's going on in the world, if you've got that skill, you have the peace of mind, you have the security that you have a way to make an income. So I would say if you ever want to learn anything to do with wealth creation, having a good income, this is it. It's really the best topic you could learn. So a few more people saying they've got their place. So congratulations. I can see, let me just double check on the screen down here. So it looks like there's, let me just check. It looks like there's 3 places left. So if you're thinking about it, last 3 places, grab a place is going to be fantastic, the training. And you can, a couple of questions that I saw go past there. You can start with £250. That's all we need to get started to investing. And anybody can do this. I will assume whether you're a complete beginner or you're an experienced investor, on the training, I've had people who've known absolutely nothing about investing, and I start right at the basics. I've also had advanced trades on there. At the end of the session, they said, wow, I've learned so much. So wherever you're at in your investing career, from absolutely nothing to experienced investor, you will get a really lot of value from this training. So I would say a few more people saying they got their place. So Graham, sorry, I didn't see a few people there. It just whizzed past the screen so fast. I might have missed a few people congratulating you. But Graham, yeah, congratulations. I can see you got your place. So I would say just thank you for joining this evening. I really do hope you got a lot of value from this session. I can see a lot of you are going to be joining me on the training, which is fantastic. And what I'll do is I'm now going to, I really do wish you great wealth, great success, great happiness, and I look forward to seeing some of you very soon as well. Everyone who's got your place, I'll send this email out to you probably tomorrow morning, so check your junk folder just in case it goes in there. I'll give you details of the welcome webinar. It's going to be an amazing session. And what I'll do now is I'll switch my camera off, I'll switch my mic off, I'll leave this screen up so you've got the booking link there in case you need it. And yeah, grab one of these last couple of places. Love to help you master this. So thank you for joining me and have a good evening. And those of you who've got your place, well, we're going to be speaking very soon. So great decision and congratulations. So goodbye to everybody, and thanks for joining me.